What happens when a fake cop pulls over a real police sergeant? From dressing the part to decking out his vehicle with police gear, one man in Indiana took the term wannabe cop to an entirely new level. But his illusion came crashing down the day he unknowingly tried to pull over a real undercover sergeant. What followed was a bizarre but revealing takedown of someone dangerously obsessed with playing police. It all went down in September 2023. An off-duty sergeant from the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department was driving through a construction zone when he noticed a Ford Explorer styled almost exactly like an Indiana State Police vehicle. Behind the wheel was 23-year-old Jonathan Becker, dressed in neon green and sporting patches that mimicked real law enforcement attire. Then it got even weirder. Jonathan activated white and amber lights, seemingly attempting to conduct a traffic stop on a police sergeant.
Are you a police officer in the state of Indiana?
I already answered this question. I'm not answering again, I already told you. Okay, so you already know the answer.
Please don't record.
Stop playing games.
There's no games here.
Okay, then I already answered that question. 5 or 6
Okay. Well, the reason I asked you before is because I wanted to make sure if you are a police officer.
I already told you my answer.
Okay.
Stop asking me.
You told me you're not a police officer.
I already answered that question.
You understand why I stopped to talk to you, correct?
Yeah, because you flew past me going 80 miles an hour in a post 55.
Okay.
For no reason. How do I know you're not on your way to the call because your lights are on?
What
and
lights?
You're not in a police car, a marked police car.
Okay.
And then you put your badge on to talk to me.
Correct.
And your gun.
I didn't put my gun on. I have my gun with me because
Okay.
I'm a police officer.
All right, well, I didn't see your badge on.
When I went by you in the car, you mean?
Yep. You put it on to come talk to me?
Correct.
Yep.
Because I wanted to make sure that you knew that before I just come up and start talking to you what was going on.
All right.
Okay?
All right, go run me. Let's get this over with.
Okay. Do you understand what's happening here and why I'm here to talk to you?
Nope.
You don't understand?
Nope.
Okay. Do you have responsibilities enforcing traffic law on those?
I'm a flagger.
Okay. Do you have
Simple
responsibilities to enforce speeding law on the interstate?
Whenever we're in a construction zone, I do whatever they tell me to do.
Okay. Has anybody tasked you with the responsibility to flash your lights at motorists on the road and tell them to slow down while you're driving?
What do we do?
Okay, what you're doing right now is stationary on the side of the road, trying to ensure the safety of people in a construction zone, right?
The sergeant, suspecting something fishy, pulled over. But instead of continuing the stop, Jonathan drove off and was later spotted in another construction zone.
My point is, let's step back and look, okay? Would you agree that some people might think this looks like a police car? Or some kind of emergency vehicle?
It's a traffic control car. Just
Okay.
like his car.
Okay.
Just like his car.
Which is
just
why
like
I-
his car.
Okay.
We all use
Which is
different
why I
types of
asked you
vehicles.
why you are essentially trying to enforce traffic law on the interstate.
Who said I was trying to do that?
Did you not activate your lights, what you said, to slow me down?
I did not.
You didn't activate your lights?
Nope. And there's a witness.
Okay.
Wherever he went.
You didn't activate these lights right in the front of your car?
Nope. My strobe lights, I did not.
Okay, what lights did you activate?
I didn't activate any lights.
Okay, so there's
Do
two
you have any
different
proof that I did?
stories you've given me. You said before it wasn't your strobes, it's your high
Okay.
beams.
Well, you said strobes. You
Okay.
told the warrant officer I thought it was right there.
Okay, these lights that are right in the front that are
Did I flash my
strobing.
strobes? So
Lights-
now you have two different stories, okay? So now you
Do you
said
understand the action
you said
of these
headlights.
lights?
So you said headlights and then strobes. So which one?
I'm
which one
asking
did you see?
I'm asking you what you
Okay.
activated, and you said you didn't activate
All right,
anything,
I'm
which is
done
not
talking to you.
accurate. Okay.
I'll talk to somebody else.
Have you ever been arrested?
I'll talk to somebody else rather than talking to you.
This time, when questioned, Jonathan denied being a cop and boldly accused the sergeant of speeding. Talk about flipping the script. Jonathan had a tactical belt with a radio mic, a black whistle, and even a key ring with the Indiana State Police logo. His gear screamed official, but his status didn't. It turned out Jonathan owned a company called Indiana Traffic Operations, supposedly for directing traffic at construction sites.
Construction crews.
I have plenty of guys that work for me, cops, IPD guys. So
Okay, are you on for place for the rest?
doing traffic? That's all I do. It's not like I'm not doing
And
anything.
full details for search
And he saw the whole thing.
642.
I don't know what he's trying to gain out of it.
Do you have your ID on you? Come on. We need it.
He claimed he was just a flagger doing his job. But let's be real, flaggers don't pull people over or carry handcuffs, do they?
Mr. Becker, is your driver's license? Are you on probation?
Yeah.
You're on probation
You already know the answer to that
Hancock
question.
County?
You already know the answer
What are
to
you
that
on
question.
probation for?
You already know the answer to that question. You looked it up, so you already know.
Okay. What do you think he's on probation for? No, actually, I've never seen somebody on probation for it, but he's on probation for improper emergency lights.
It's not improper use. You need to reread that.
I'm not here to write you a ticket.
Okay, I know
What
that.
do you think the odds are that of
okay,
all
hold
people?
on. Reverse. You said improper use. What did it say? Now you're implying to him that I use red and blue light.
I didn't imply anything.
You just told him, and so
You're
now
on.
everyone thinks here.
Did you flash your lights when you were behind him?
No, I didn't.
Officers quickly realized this wasn't Jonathan's first rodeo. He was already on probation for unlawfully using emergency lights. And yet, here he was, doing the exact same thing again.
Run at 3012 as an organizational plate,
No, it took me a while to get it, but it is like an LF plate.
like a
is the
supporter
code.
plate.
No, it's a law enforcement plate.
Just humor me and run at 3012 on an OR.
It has to be.
What the?
It's 3012.
Did he say how he has a
LF.
well, in, what was it, like Warren, like Michigan City or whatever it was?
Yeah. So Warren County in Williamsport is way out west, damn near to
Did he
Illinois.
say how he has that plate?
I don't know, but this comes back on a brown 2000. That thing is not 2000.
Inside his vehicle, cops found a radar gun, a mounted computer, and even a siren box. Oh, and he had tactical vests and a Glock magazine, too. The cherry on top? His car had a law enforcement plate cover and a thin blue line cap on the dash. Subtle, right?
Do you understand that doing security means you cannot put someone in handcuffs? That's what the real police do, is put
Okay.
people in handcuffs.
Yeah, I understand that.
There's no firearm in here, but there's a magazine and bullets.
Yeah, well, I got obviously clean this out because I just transferred everything to my other car, but there's no gun. I have a Glock. It's 19.
Where is it at?
Because I can't carry it, right? Because I'm on probation.
You know your business better than us.
Okay, well,
I haven't looked at. I don't know.
pretty sure I have
what
to
the
tell
conditions-
you, I can't have a firearm. I don't have a firearm.
I'm just
So-
telling you.
But the story didn't end there. The sergeant who got pulled over decided to dig deeper. He found past incidents where Jonathan showed up at real emergencies dressed like a cop and directing traffic. There was even body cam footage of him blending in during a fallen officer's funeral procession in 2022. His social media, a goldmine of photos showing him in police-like uniforms, flashing gear, and showing off his fake fleet of vehicles on TikTok under the name Indie Traffic Cops. It became clear this wasn't a case of bad judgment. It was a full-blown impersonation campaign. Jonathan had attended a Police Explorer program as a teen, but he was never actually sworn in as a real officer. And yet, he had dozens of photos and videos online pretending to be one. By October 2023, the state had seen enough. A warrant was issued for Jonathan's arrest, and he was charged with impersonating a public servant, a felony in Indiana. He also got slapped with a citation for using a fake license plate, and you'd think this would be the end of it, right? Not even close. Just a year later, Jonathan was at it again. He was arrested again for impersonation and illegally carrying a handgun, this time in his newly decked-out white Ford F-150. The same vehicle he proudly featured on TikTok just days before being caught. So why didn't he just become a real cop? Whatever the reason, this case shows how pretending to be something you're not, especially when that something comes with real-world authority, can lead you straight to a jail cell. Fake lights, fake badges, real consequences. What would you have done if you were the sergeant in that situation? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.